We're days away from Super Bowl 60, a game that will feature a changing of the guard at quarterback. CNN's Andy Scholes has more.
Well, Super Bowl 60 here in the Bay Area may be the beginning of a new era in the NFL. This is just the second Super Bowl in the past 13 years that doesn't have one of Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes playing. Our quarterback matchup this year is Drake May versus Sam Darnold. And Darnold has a story we've never seen before. He was drafted 3rd overall by the Jets in 2018, but he was then cast off as a bust. He actually came here to San Francisco in 2023, and he credits his time backing up Brock Purdy as one of the keys to turning his career around. Now, no other quarterback has ever gone from bust to leading a team to a Super Bowl title. And when speaking with Darnold's teammates this week, they all told me they were so impressed with his journey.
For Sam, being able to do what he did and go through the early trials that he did and be able to come back from that, it's impressive. It's really impressive. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to be able to push through those things, and to be here now and do what he's done the last couple of years is there's not many people that have done it.
For any player in this league, like, you go through ups and downs, you have successes and failures, and to know that a guy like Sam, has weathered the storm and he's playing his best ball right now, I think it's encouraging as a player, a young player, to to keep growing, keep learning, and the sky's the limit for any player that sticks to it.
May, meanwhile, had an incredible second season, throwing for more than 4,000 yards. And at 23 years old, he would become the youngest quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl. And when speaking with May's teammates, they told me they're just amazed at the poise and leadership he already possesses.
He's done such a great job of just leading this offense, leading this team, and being a vocal leader, but most importantly, leading by example with the work that he puts in each and every day. When he comes to practice, he's always looking to get better and push the guys around him to get better as well.
He's always there for us, and it's good to have a guy like that at quarterback. Everybody believe in him. We know we're going to find a way at the end of the day.
Just the way he carries himself, just the way that he goes about his work and trying to get better every day, that's something that you can just, look at and try to follow his footsteps.
Now, May has been with his wife, Ann Michael, since they were in 7th grade. They were middle school sweethearts, and Ann Michael is a master baker. And boy, do the Patriots love when she brings them some goodies.
Other than Drake, I'm the taste tester. So,
what's your favorite? What's the best thing she cooks?
She made some cookies the other day, some snickerdoodle with cream cheese icing. They were good. She brings them to the O-line room all the time. So, honestly, there hadn't been one thing that's been bad.
Drake's brought them into the O-line room a few times, so they don't last very long in there.
What's the best thing you've had?
I think we had some kind of, during Christmas, it was almost like a sugar cookie, but with peppermint bits in it. And I may have gotten that wrong. I don't know. I just saw it and I ate it and it was delicious.
Now, May will likely finish second in the MVP voting to Matthew Stafford, but we'll find out Thursday night who is the MVP along with all of the other awards as the NFL holds their annual awards show, NFL Honors, here in San Francisco at 9 Eastern.
All right, that'll do it for us here at Early Start. I'm Rahel Solomon in New York. CNN This Morning starts right now.
Today in a group chat, where's the big reckoning over the Epstein files? There's outrage in the UK, but here, not so much. Plus, the public plea from Savannah Guthrie for the safe return of her mother. The former FBI director tells us how the FBI could help find her. And also, President Trump's talking about a softer touch on immigration. Polls suggest might be a little late for that. And the Supreme Court just handed Gavin Newsom a big win. Could it help Democrats in this year's midterms? CNN This Morning starts right now.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again.
A tearful plea from Savannah Guthrie and her siblings begging the person who took their mother to bring her back home. Good morning, everybody. I'm Audie Cornish, and that's where we start, with that heart-wrenching video. The search for Guthrie's mother, Nancy, is now entering day 5. Authorities believe she was kidnapped from her home in Arizona Saturday night. Her family says that they want to talk to her abductor and that they need proof that she's alive.
We live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen.
Okay, I'm going to bring in CNN senior law enforcement analyst and former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. Andy, thanks so much for being with us. First, I want to start with the idea of the ransom note, which lots of people have been talking about the last few days because it went to news organizations. And I want to play for you a local anchor at KOLD who described the note that they received.
A lot of it is information that only someone who is holding her for ransom would know, some very sensitive information and things that people who weren't there when she was taken captive would know.
So, Andy, the thing is, you don't hear Guthrie in the video saying that they had received these notes, right? They say we heard about it in the media. And they're also raising the specter of manipulated images and videos. Can you talk about what some of the question marks here?
Yeah, sure. So this is a very common practice in these terrible cases. You routinely get demands or communications from people who aren't actually involved. So there's a process that law enforcement uses to vet, to try to determine which note is authentic and which note is a communication from the actual abductors. The first piece of that is looking for the sort of details that you heard referred to in that last clip. So any demand that has kind of insider information that has not been released to the public is going to rise to the top of that pile as a possible, legitimate ransom demand. But ultimately, Audie, none of these demands are acted upon until the abductors communicate in a two-way fashion with the family, with law enforcement monitoring it, and provide a proof of life. So I think that's kind of what you saw in the video last night. It was very clearly a request for a proof of life. It was interesting to me, too, that it did kind of acknowledge that, like, hey, we have a high standard here. We understand that images can be manipulated. So we're on the lookout for that. You need to give us something that absolutely unequivocally proves that you have our mother and that she is still alive.
But Andy, how in the age of AI, what does proof of life really look like? I mean, we know that, she had appeared on television, her image is public, and we know people can manipulate the images of someone just by having that data.
Sure. So they're going to be, there's a high standard here, right? They're going to be looking for an image, a video of something that absolutely has never been released before, that doesn't exist in the public. They're going to be looking for possibly like actual statements and reactions and motion from Ms. Guthrie. And there's also forensic ways that you can analyze video or photographic evidence to determine whether it's been tampered with, whether it's legitimate or not. So there's a lot that goes into it, both kind of just physically and also technically.
I want to play for you another part of this video of the Guthrie family, where they're describing their mother, but also alluding to time here being of the essence. Let's take a listen.
Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around her and cover her with kisses. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer.
On day 5, pretty likely a deluge of tips. What is the investigation or the investigators, what are they facing right now?
Yes, it's just an enormous task. And as you highlighted really with that clip, that the clock is ticking here because the victim is so uniquely vulnerable due to her age, due to her physical ailments and things of that nature. The stress of being detained in the way she likely is just enormous for anyone, and particularly for an older person like her. So this is an amazing moment, unbelievable, heartbreaking to watch, and my heart goes out to Savannah and her family. But they did such an amazing job of humanizing their mother. They want whoever has her to think of her as a human being who's loved and valued, to understand that she has these unique physical conditions that need to be addressed. That's all in an effort to keep her going, right? To have whoever has her think of her as a valuable person who needs to be returned. As for investigators, they are going to be bombarded today. The personnel resources that an investigation of this scope requires is just unbelievable, because you have dozens and dozens, maybe hundreds of agents who will be doing nothing but responding to those leads that you just referred to, the vast majority of which are not relevant and won't lead to a discovery, a return of the victim, but one of them might. So every one of them has to be covered explicitly. And of course, they'll be, acutely looking for the next communication from whoever sent the ransom notes that we know already exist, or maybe from someone who hasn't communicated with them at all at this point.
Okay, that's probably why we've got some reports now. The president saying he's going to send more federal resources to the region. FBI Director Kash Patel could be heading to Arizona. Andy McCabe, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Coming up on CNN this morning, the fallout from the Epstein files. Why it seems to be